Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. We'll let that thing chime. 5, 6, 7, 7 o'clock on a Friday night. How about that? One day I may just do a video on that clock, but that's another good story. But anyway, had to do a lot of work today, and I had to do a lot of driving. When I drive, I catch up with all my friends and family calls and texts and messages and all that. Talk to text, so it's not anything, it's all hands-free stuff. And I found out that my dad, he's in his 70s now. He had fallen today, and took a good fall. And Mom was up in Tennessee helping one of my sisters, and she relayed this to me when I was coming back this evening, an hour or so ago, about my father. And he had fallen, I think, off the back porch. He was watering flowers out around the railing on the back deck, and fallen down the deck, and he laid there for a while, and then he managed to crawl up and get up and everything. And it just, it's very interesting standing back from a distance and digesting all of this knowledge about how life is, and as we grow and we age and everything. Dad's in his 70s. He was a drill instructor in the Army and National Guard for years. And so, yeah, I grew up with a drill instructor as my father. And yes, it was horrible. And that was one reason I moved out when I was 17. I graduated school early, and I left. But, and yes, he beat knowledge into me in life and everything. And for that, I'm forever grateful, because it allowed me to do the things I do and excel and grow and be in the position I am now. But you can't be Superman forever, and we all age. I can do the things I used to do when I was 20. It hurts. I can do the things I used to do when I was 30. It hurts. And so on and so on. I'm 50. Dad's in his 70s now, and he said if I wanted to, I could race you to the end of the road and back. He said, and I would probably win. He says, because I would try to push you down. He's that way. And he said, but I'd have to be in bed for a week. He says, I'm not in the best shape anymore that I was. He said, I can still do most everything I do, but I have to choose what I want to do. And then he said, I know that I'm at the very edge of my life expectancy. He said, he and I have had this conversation. He says, I know that I'm a few years away from dying and passing. And he said, I know this, I accept this. He said, and I will tell you, he is also a lay minister as well, a Baptist minister. So, and he said, I'm very comforted in the fact that I know where I'll be. And he said, I am accepting of it. He said, and I got no beef. I got no problem with it. And I thought, well, that's damn profound. Because I'm at 50 and I'm still kicking and screaming when I think something's going to happen to me. I have not resigned myself to that yet, although I know it's coming. I got 20-ish more good years left in me. And Mom was telling me that he had fallen and everything. And when stuff like that happens to your family, first you're concerned for them and want to know what you can do. Oh my God, is he okay? Do we need to call somebody? No, he got up okay. This was 6 hours old of the information that I got. And then you begin to digest it and You know, if you're a grown adult, compassionate adult, you try to figure out, well, let's get an answer. Let's solve this problem, because that's what we are. We're problem solvers. We're not, we're not monkeys in the trees anymore. If there is a problem, we come up with a solution or a tool or something like that to solve these problems. And I said, well, how about a ramp? We can do a ramp. She said, yeah, it may be time to do some sort of ramp, and he may be of the time to accept it. Because Dad, like I said, Dad's old military. He was military when they were still allowed to touch you. And by touch you, I mean beat the hell out of you. So that was Dad. But it's really, really hard, and stepping back, it's hard to see, to watch an adult, a grown man, accept their mortality. Because like I said, I'm at 50. I still haven't accepted it yet. With the grace and resignation that he has. So I find it very interesting that at 70, my father is still teaching me things, and I'm at 50. Do you see what I mean by this? I'm still learning from that old man how to live the whole time he's learning how to die. Pretty sobering right there. And that's something you kind of think about. It makes you just kind of, step back, get you a good cigar, if I still smoked. Get you a good cigar and a nice adult beverage, and you sit and you ruminate and you think, and you say, well, tip your hat, because that person is in a good place in their head. Whereas we're not in that place yet. And I don't mean for this to be such a dark, well, it is dark. There's not a lot of light out here yet. Such a dark, somber video, because, everybody dies. We all go. It's what you did, and if you can choose your time, well, hell, that's better than 90% of most people, I guess. But I just found it interesting, because all of that, what happened with Dad today, kind of took me down this road, and I was thinking, well, like I said before, even now, he's still teaching me how to do stuff. And I was a poor student, I have to say. Growing up, I was a very poor student. And, a lot of lessons had to be beaten into me more than once. And, but they were good lessons. And, again, I just find it very interesting to step back and look and see how everything's going. Now, solution. Okay, well, we're going to build a ramp. Yeah, that's no biggie. We'll do a ramp on the front, ramp on the back. No biggie. I'll pay for everything for them. They're good. That's taken care of. You also have to accept, if you were the one facing the problem, what's happening, and if you're offering the solution, you have to, approach them with a certain amount of respect. I've tried to get my parents to move down here with us, and I told them I'll buy you a house, or build you a house, buy you a mobile home, put you a mobile home in if that's what you want, and y'all can just live, and I won't come over and bother you, but that way y'all can be close, And if something happens, we're all here. And they said, no, 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 we're not going to do that. We have our home place, and we're not ready for that yet. And I said, well, guys, I got some land, so we can do this. We can do this, and that way we can keep an eye on you and take care of you. Because at some point that's going to happen to me. And you really want to try to, while you're younger, this is hard to convince younger people, you really want to try to plan, because at some point, you're going to be, if you're lucky, old. So, Mom and Dad said no again to moving down and setting up on the property. Well, it is. They're still pretty dang independent, and they do all their stuff. And Dad has his stuff in the church that and all that stuff, and they're all happy, and I'm glad they're happy. But how long? Who knows? I don't know how long that they'll be independent like that. But I do know that we're going to be putting a ramp in. Maybe that'll help. Be tactful, be polite, be respectful when we do it. Because Dad is he's still my dad. The old man still scares me. I don't know. But that's it. And like I said, if you were looking for anything about homesteading or prepping, it really isn't about that. Although maybe it is, in a way, about prepping and preparedness. Someday, I am going to die. Someday, you will too. And it's what we do in between the start and the stop. And not just for ourselves, for the kids, for the grandkids, grandkids. Generational wealth and stability. Something that we are looking at doing for our little family or circle. What little we can do. Don't think I'm rich. But we do what we can for who we care about. Anyway, guys, that was just some kind of insightful. I had 6 hours of drive time to think about this, and I flubbed it up the first half hour trying to do 15 retakes of this, and this one isn't a very good one, but we'll run with it. 13 minutes. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching. I genuinely appreciate everything that you do. We do have some other stuff in the works that are going to be revolving around the channel, the homestead, and the property. Thank you for hanging out with us. This thing's coming together, the tiny building, tiny house. My wife said I needed to put a bunk out here and and sleep out here when I get in trouble. And I thought, no, I would end up living out here if that's the case. But anyway, guys, in just a second, you're going to see a picture of my ugly mug pop over here, as well as my beautiful wife. On the other side, going to be some videos if we are indeed your brand of wacky. I would always say, take care of your people. Take care of your people.